looks like I can't see anything. Hi there. Everything is okay, Renee? Can you see me? Can you hear me? I think so. Okay, guys. Thank you, Renee. Okay, guys. Hello. My name is Victoria Pavlov, and today I will show you digital painting for photographers and Adobe Photoshop CC. I will show you two different ways to paint your image, and it will be quick, and I hope you will like it. So I will be using Adobe Photoshop CC, and also I will be using Wacom Cintiq. So let me switch my screen view. Okay. I have opened my image I took few years ago, and this image is a raw file, so I didn't retouch anything. I didn't change. I didn't do anything to this image, and I don't care about it because I will paint this image. If you have anything like very obvious things you would love to remove before you will start your painting process, feel free to do it in any way you want to. I would like to apply few adjustments. I will launch my camera raw filter. I will bring it from my another monitor. Just one sec. I will resize it just like that. And in here, what I would like to do, probably, I'm not sure, I will just increase exposure. Yes, I will increase contrast, and probably I will increase black points, just like that. And I don't care about anything else. I don't care about I have some noise. I would definitely correct some apply some color corrections and everything like that, but it's a different story. Today we will talk only about painting. What I would like to do right now, I will duplicate my image because I would love to show you two ways of painting. And my first way is oil paint filter. I will duplicate my layer to show you before and after, and I will launch oil paint filter. It's default filter, default Photoshop filter. I didn't I'm not using any third parties filter. So here we have preview window, a very nice window. You can zoom out your image, you can zoom in your image. I prefer to zoom in my image and just using hand tool to move my image around to see specific side parts of my image. Example, if I would like to see her hair area, I will move my image to her hair point of view. If I would like to see her skin, how oil paint will be applied to her skin, I will bring in a preview window her part of her skin. So something like that. Now I will zoom out, and using same hand tool I will just center my image. And here we have few sliders. We have stylization. We can using this slider we can adjust style of our brush, just like that. it's too much, just like that. Clean list, it's how you can adjust the length of the stroke. So I prefer to be around 0.9, maybe 1.1. And scale. A scale slider is very important. Using scale slider, you can apply a more Renaissance effect or more Van Gogh effect. So if I will bring my scale slider all the way to the left, about 0.3, I can apply, and I will modify stylization and cleanness slider. I will apply more Renaissance painting effect. If I will move my scale slider all the way to the right, I will apply more Van Gogh effect. And definitely I need to play with stylization, cleanness, and breezy details. So something like that. As you can see in preview window and in a live image preview, you will see that now we have more Van Gogh effect. If you want to have to see more paint applied to your image, like knife painting, you can increase shine. So just move a shine slider to the right, just like that. And also I will recommend to experiment with lighting angle. So as you can see, you can create any oil painting effect. Thank you very much. But particular with this image, I will bring stylization slider about 1.4, cleanliness about 1.0. I will bring down, I will move my shine slider almost all the way to the left, 0.1, and probably, yes, I will move a scale slider about somewhere in the middle. Just like that. Let me play with stylization. And I will preview my image right now. I like what I see. I will click OK. Now let me zoom in my image and you will see. Now we have very elegant, very beautiful oil paint effect. This is my layer before the oil paint, and this is after. So very big transition between the two layers, and I love what I'm seeing. We spent about probably 3 minutes and our image is ready. So we started from our photo layer and we finished with perfect piece of art. Now let's talk about another way of painting your image. I have same image. I will unlock my layer and I will switch to the mixer brush tool. I will duplicate my layer just to show you before and after, and I will zoom in my image just like that. Switching back to my mixer brush tool, and as you can see on top, I have few presets I can use. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, guys. If you will click on arrow in the you will see that by default Photoshop CC has many custom presets, default presets. We have dry, moist, wet, very wet, and many others. I will recommend you don't touch any of them. Thank you. I will recommend to switch to custom, and I have wet, load, mix, and flow, everything equal 100%. Also here we have load the brush after each stroke. If you will click on this icon, you will load your brush with background color after each stroke. If you will click on clean the brush after each stroke, your brush will be cleaned up after each stroke. I will recommend you disable load the brush after each stroke. You don't need it. And I will again recommend you to use only clean up the brush after each stroke. Foreground color doesn't matter. By default, I click on D and I have default foreground and background color. You can use any, it doesn't matter at all. And mixer brush tool, I can use any brush I want to. Let me show. You can use any brush from brush presets. I'm using only default Photoshop CC brushes, or I'm using my brushes I created using Adobe Capture CC. With Adobe Capture CC, you can create your custom brush, save to your Creative Cloud library, open your Photoshop, and you will be able to access to any of your brushes from Adobe library. So example, brushes, you can see all my brushes. But today I will be using default Photoshop brush, so feel free to use same brush or any other brush you are more comfortable with. I will zoom in my image just like that, and I will bring size down of my brush just like that. I'll load the brush with different color. I mean, I'll load brush after each stroke. Brush stroke, yeah, you can use it. Example, if you want to reapply any details on your main object. Example, if during my painting I will paint out her eyelashes, definitely I will need to add them. So I will switch to very wet. If I can choose my background. So I will be using eyedropper tool. I will click on her original eyelashes, and now I have same color. I will switch to my mixer brush tool and bring size down, and I will reapply her eyelashes. If you want to apply some details, yeah, definitely you will need to load your brush. But as usual, I'm not using this feature unless again I need to reapply some details. I'm not using Cinema 4D. I'm using Adobe applications such as Adobe Project Felix, by the way, very great application. We can create image using 3D assets. We can create any 3D assets in Photoshop. So, and what I would like to do right now, I will switch to my layers, and here I have my layer. So my default layer is my image. My pleasure in it. And now I will start my painting. I will uncheck load the brush. I have checked my clean the brush, and I will start paint. I will increase size of my brush. So I will start paint from area on her forehead, just like that. As you can see, I'm trying to follow original image line flow to create more realistic painting. If you will bring down size of your brush and you will extremely zoom in your image, you will apply very realistic painting. So like more like photography realism to your painting. It depends of your preferences. If you will use bigger size of your brush, you will create more Van Gogh effect. You will have more more texture in your image, in your painting. Try to experiment, and in a few weeks you will develop your own style. Just like that. If you will zoom in your image, you need to spend more time on painting, and it's perfectly fine. It's worth it. Just be careful. In your painting workflow, example, if you started working on your forehead area, and you will finish your painting using this area, I will recommend you duplicate your layer and start working on another part or your image. After you will have 5-6 layers and you will be satisfied with your top layer, delete all previous layers to reduce size of your document. Just like that. So I will not continue my painting, so I will not finish my painting today because I believe I need to spend here to paint this image about probably 3 hours because of her hair and earrings. I don't want to keep you here for so long. It's not necessary. Let me zoom in, just like that. I just will show you few areas, differences between those areas. Working with her facial parts of this image, I don't care about how big or small my brush is, because it's not obvious. She has very nice smooth skin. I don't know, be honest, but if you will make your search, I'm more than sure you will be able to find it. Also, I will be streaming my 3D tutorials next week, next Thursday. So she has a very nice texture. Her skin is equal, no disproportions, no different colorization or anything like that. So I will finish paint her face very fast, just like that. And again, spend your time, develop your own style. I will bring down size of my brush and I will apply some details next to her nose area, just like that. If you have any questions, guys, just ask and I will answer. So we are close to another part of her face, just under her lips. I will increase size of my brush, just like that. And now we will start working on her lips. I will bring down size of my brush, just like that, and I will start paint not pixel by pixel, but I will use small areas to paint. So just like that. And I will recommend you to release your hand after each stroke, especially in eyes, eyebrows, lips and hair areas, because in this way you will create nice texture. It's never good to apply one fat brush stroke. Just like that. As you can see, I will we are doing very good. Just like that. Let me zoom out and I will show you before and after so far. This is our original layer and this is after so far. Let me zoom in more. I will move my image up and now we will start working on her hair. Hair is a different story. I will duplicate my layer. Hair is very difficult to paint and you can apply very detailed effect to her hair, or you will have less details in her hair. So you will have kind of one dark part, one a lighter part. Again, everything it depends on your preferences. I prefer to have more texture in my object hair. I have nice size of my brush, and I will paint over her hair. Again, release your hand after each stroke, just like that. Believe or not, it's same technique as you will use with your traditional painting. I'm not talking about watercolor painting, I'm talking about acrylic or oil painting. It's the same. And today we are not talking about painting from scratch. We are talking about painting for photographers technique. So this is different type of painting. Just like that. And I will continue working on her hair. And when I will finish main area, I will show you how you can apply a very nice transition between her hair and her forehead. Because right now we have very ugly transitions, like she wearing a wig, a bad wig, or anything like not natural looking thing. And I will increase size of my brush just like that. And again, in your real painting, when you will start your own project, I will not recommend you to increase size of your brush like I did right now, because in that case you will lose all texture. As you can see, I have a fat strokes right now, so I will bring size of my brush down and just look right now. It's a different story. We paint hair by hair, creating very nice, very beautiful looking texture. It's very important. Just like that. Brush stroke, release your hand. Brush stroke, release your hand. If you are tired, if you have something else to do, save your work and come back to your work later on. You can work on your painting 1 hour or 2 weeks or 1 month, it doesn't matter. If you have more details in your image, you will obviously spend more time on your image. If you have less details, you will spend less time. So before you will start your project, estimate your time and think, do you want to spend more or less time? It's very important, because when you will start working on your painting, you cannot leave not painted some pixels in your image. It's not good taste, it's not professional, it just not you will not create a beautiful piece of art using that technique. Don't think about I have photo as my base layer, I can skip some part, leave some pixels of my image without any painting. No, you cannot. So now, as you can see, let me zoom out. I will move my image up. As you can see, I will show you before and after. Before and after, we have very nice hair, but we have very ugly transition between her hair and her forehead line. To smooth up all lines and make it a natural looking transition, I will bring down a width about 21, load about probably 21, mix 50, and flow about 47. I will increase size of my brush slightly, and I will continue paint of my painting. So I'm using same technique. I'm releasing my hand after each stroke, but as you can see, we are creating a very nice transition between her forehead and her hair. If you started your painting in her hair area using small size of your brush, I will not recommend you to increase the size of your brush when you're trying to smooth transition between her hair and her skin. It will not work in that way. You started with small brush of size, continue working with a small brush of your size. If you started with big size of your brush, continue paint using big size of your brush. Because you're creating same you continue you working on same area, just using different style of your brush, just like that. And again, if I will paint this image for my real project, for my client or for my friends or for my family, definitely I will spend more time. I will not increase size of my brush. And now I will bring down width about 16, load same, mix about 40, probably 38, and I will continue my painting. Just like that. Release your hand after each stroke. Just like that. And now we have very nice transition between her hair and her skin areas. I will increase size of my brush. Just like that. You can switch between a bigger and smaller size of your brush all the time. I mean, if you work on different areas of your image. And I will recommend you to use any tablet you can afford. Just like that. And now I will bring down size of my brush. I will resume all my custom settings. That means everything equal 100%, and I will continue paint over her eyes area. Just like that. Here you need to be very careful because we are working with eyelashes, with eyeshadows, with thank you, Renee. With what, Renee? So try not to erase, not to paint out try to preserve differences between her darker and lighter shades. If you will paint out, example, if I will paint out all her shadows, darker darker parts above her eyes, I will have flat image. It's not. Yeah, Renee, I agree. It's very important to have very nice transition. So try to keep all colors, preserve all colors, all shades, all transition between a dark and a light side of your image. Because I know I'm repeating myself, but if you will paint out all shades and everything like that, you will have a very flat image. And now I will bring size down of my brush, and I will continue to paint directly area over her eyes, just like that. Here I just like of kind of smoothing up her eyeshadow. I'm making it less obvious, creating a nice transition, just like that. And if I will zoom in my image, I will start working on her eyelashes. I will bring size of my brush down, and just like that. Preserve original line flow of your image. Don't try to paint against original lines for flow, because you will mess up entire image. Just like that. And voila. And same this area. I will increase size of my brush just slightly, just like that. And a few more brush strokes over her eyelashes. Beautiful. Something like that. Yes, you need to bring down all parameters for wet, load, mix, and flow. In that case, you will load less color, you will upload paint, and you will apply less paint into your image. And when you are working on objects, eyebrows area, bring size of your brush down and paint a hair by hair, just like that, creating very nice painting effect. So basically you are creating a very beautiful piece of art. You will never find any second image like yours. Even I will guarantee, even if you will try to repaint using open this image example tomorrow and apply same technique, you will have absolutely different result. And this is the beauty of art. So think about that, you are creating very unique piece of art. And also another eyebrow, just like that. I will increase size of my brush and I will continue my painting, just like that. Let me zoom out and I will show you before and after. Big difference. Let's continue our painting.
I can change the playback mode only when music is playing.
Cancel. I will start my painting over her neck area. I will increase size of my brush And because here I have very obvious shadow, very harsh shadow, I will bring down my wet, load. I will bring down all parameters about 18, mix about 41, and flow about 45, 42, and I will start paint over her neck area. In that case, I will not increase any shadows. If I will continue paint over her neck area using my custom preset, I will add extreme shadow to her neck. I don't want to have this effect, so I will use more elegant, I will apply more elegant shadow, just like that. I will increase size of my brush, and just like that. Here you can increase size of your brush, because again it doesn't matter. I used a smaller size of my brush when I applied worked on her neck details, and now I'm using another part of her neck, and I can use a bigger size of my brush, and just like that. And remember, bigger size of your brush, you will apply more effect. But if you will bring down wet, load, mix and flow, you will apply less texture, even if you will use a bigger size of your brush. As I said before, try to experiment, try to paint, and after 1 week maximum, I can guarantee you will find your way of painting, and you will develop your own style, and this is very important. Just like that. I will smooth up area between her neck and her hand, just like that. Very nice transition. I will increase size of my brush, and I will continue my painting. As you can see, I not breaking original flow of brush stroke flow. I preserving all details and original image brush stroke flow, just like that. And another shoulder, just like that. I will bring down size of my brush to feel more comfortable. Just like that. And voila. I will fix this part. Beautiful. She's a very beautiful girl, and by the way, today is her birthday. And same method with her hands. As you can see, we have shadow between her face and her hand. So where face is leaning on her hand, she has a shadow. So I don't want to illuminate this shadow. I'm preserving this shadow to have more natural looking effect. Again, if you are using a manga a painting or anything else, it doesn't matter, but with this method of painting, with this style of painting, this is very important. I will increase size of my brush, and I will continue paint over her hand, just like that. and I will bring down size of my brush, and I smooth up area between her skin and her hand, just like that. Beautiful. I wanted to paint this image for so long time and I had no time to do it, so I'm glad I'm doing it now. So just like that. And if we will thank you, Renee. Yeah, I love this image. We had a very good team when we are worked on this project. So because her outfit has no details, use any size of your brush. It doesn't matter now. Any setting of your brush, it doesn't matter right now. But when you will be close to the line between her outfit and her skin, I will recommend you to bring down size of your brush and use lower setting, so weight about 19, load about 18, mix 42, and flow 42. Start a paint area between her outfit and her skin. Don't push your brush stroke. Be very careful. Release your hand after each brush stroke and try to apply very short brush strokes. Just like that. And now we have a very beautiful outfit. Just like that. And same this part and this part, just like that. Also, let me finish my painting. I will start paint over another part of her hair. So as you can see, I brought all parameters back to 100%. And I just will apply those brush strokes. Yes, as usual, I'm bringing down weight and load about same, about 18, 19, not more than 21, and mix and flow about 35, 45. Basically, if you want to apply less paint on your image, you need to apply less paint. Wet is percentage how much paint your brush will pick up out of your image. A lot is how much paint you will apply to your background color. Mix, it's how much your paint will be mixed. And flow, it's basically how transparent your brush will be. So everything depends of area you are working on. If you want to have less transition, like in our hair and foreground transition, yeah, you need to bring all parameters down. I will increase size of my brush because here basically I cannot see anything. Just I will create volume of her hair, just like that. My puppy wants to play, so she barks. As usual, she's very good, but today she decided just to make sure that everybody knows she's here. just like that. As you can see, we have very nice hair, we have very nice hairstyle, and very elegant. We don't need to adjust anything. I'm pretty much satisfied with my painting in this area. And now I will start paint over her background. My pleasure, Renee. I will increase size of my brush and I will start paint over her background. It doesn't matter what angle of your brush stroke you will apply, what size of your brush you will use. Absolutely doesn't. Feel free to do anything, but be careful between her background in her main subject area, and I will show you in a few seconds. So as you can see, I'm applying very big, very fat brush strokes. I could exchange my background. I could add anything more interesting. I could apply flowers because she's very elegant. I can apply kind of a city on her background or anything else, but I didn't want to touch anything. I didn't want to change anything because I want to preserve a elegant feeling of her image. So when I had this photo session with her, we decided to have simple black background and keep the main object in focus. So I want to preserve our general idea. So something like that. Let me zoom out. As you can see, we have very nice background, but we have ugly border between transition between her hair and background. I will bring size of my brush slightly down, and I will change width about 21. Renee, this what we were talking about. Load 21, mix about 43, and flow about 42. And now I will smooth up all lines. As you can see, now we have very beautiful transition. Just like that. Like real. I would not say, I cannot even say real, because obviously we are creating very real piece of art. I would say like traditional painting. Just like that. Same around entire main object area. Just like that. And now you have, I have a very beautiful transition. Also, I didn't paint her ear. I will bring down size of my brush, and I'm using same custom preset, wet load 21, mix and flow 43 and 42. And I will paint over her ear area. So just like that. Very elegant, very short brush strokes to create very nice, elegant painting over her ear area, just like that. And with her earrings, you can apply any effect. I will bring all parameters back to 100%, and I will just using a small size of my brush, I will paint over her earrings, just like that. And voila. I will fix her outfit area, just like that. Transition between her outfit and background. And voila, we are done, guys. Let me show you. Thank you, Renee, before and after. How much time we spent? We spent probably, I don't know, about 30 minutes, and we are done. We have created very beautiful art using image photo as our base layer. So this is our base layer and this is our painting. Now you can save this image, you can print it out on canvas, you can print it out on metal or use like a digital file. It's up to you guys, but be sure that you are created a very beautiful piece of art, a very unique piece of art. And you can use the mixer brush tool, or you can use the oil paint filter. It's up to you. So this is our mixer brush tool and this is our oil paint. In both ways, in both styles, we created very beautiful piece of art. Yeah, Rene, it was very fast. Okay guys, thank you very much, Rene, thank you very much, and I will see you next Thursday. Thank you as always, Rene. Have a great day, night or day. Thank you guys, bye.